The good traders, the best traders, and what I've learned over the years is that when you're wrong, there'll be a 5% loss, 10% loss, accept that you're wrong quickly, and then quickly reset and move on to the next trade. If you want to make every trade work, oh, you got in a trade, it must be green. Then you're going to babysit a trade, you're going to marry into that position, you're going to oversize, over leverage, and it may not be even you, it could be the market. And then you take a big toll on it and take a big loss, and you don't want to do that. The moment you start cutting losers quickly and focusing on your winners, holding your winners, you're going to be a very successful trader, a very profitable trader. There's going to be situations where every strategy is not going to work. So you just got to realize what your edge is when you're winning and when you're losing, and got to cut when you lose so quick, and you'll be fine. You got to be kind of detached from the outcome. You can't be obsessed with winning. It's good to win, but you also need to be good to lose also. As long as you're a good loser, you'll be a great trader.
And staying disciplined even when you have conviction, because we've been trading for a long time, and sometimes we love a setup, but that doesn't mean we're adding unnecessary risk. You have to keep your position sizing in check, and you can't just average down just to average down. Once you have risk defined, you know your stop is 5%, you know your stop is 10%. That's when you can really pound on size.
And if you're a small account, it's much different, right? Because you don't really have a lot of room for error. We're all saying the same thing. Strategy can take you only so far. Risk management is kind of everything. And if you blow your account, then when the opportunity actually presents, then you're not able to perform. Position size, you know where you're going to add before you even get into the trade. Don't just add because you weren't ready, you want to increase the exposure to it. Ari always says 20% should be the max of your account in any one trade. And you're going to take losses. If you take losses, you take losses. Personally, I don't use like a percentage stop loss, but I respect my level. If something breaks a key level for me and closes underneath, then I like the liquidity of the close, like the volume is increasing below my key level, then I'll stop out. I don't use percentages like, oh, I'm down 10%, I'm out.
And the one thing I'll say too is risk is relative to reward. So if you want to be making 20, 30%, you risk 10%, that's okay. But if you want to make 100%, 200%, then it is okay to risk 20 or 30 or 40% on trades. Obviously, minimize your losses, but you can go to the other end and try to increase your reward side, right? So that's for me what I try to do as well is like, if I'm risking 20%, it's okay, but I have to be looking for at least 40% on that bigger trade. I think that everyone on the same boat here. We all trade either a 1 to 2 or it's been a 1 to 3 RR. So again, it's all relative which you want to risk in that trade. If you want to risk 10%, then you want to be earning at least 20 or even 30% on the trade. So that's what I'll say. It's all relative, and in the long run, it all adds up.